Imagine this: you're holding what looks like an ordinary penny, dull, worn, maybe forgotten in the back of a drawer. But what if I told you that tiny copper coin could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, one simple 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny, the very same coin most people overlook every single day, could secretly be your ticket to financial freedom. Now, before you think this is just another coin story, let me tell you this: one of these rare 2009 Lincoln pennies recently stunned collectors when it was valued at an astonishing $987,000. And today, we're going to uncover why this humble coin has taken the world of numismatics by storm, and how you could be sitting on one of the most valuable pieces of modern American history without even realizing it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what makes this coin so powerful and how you can identify if the next $1 million penny is sitting right inside your coin jar. Let's rewind to 2009, the year America celebrated the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint decided to honor this milestone by releasing 4 unique reverse designs on the Lincoln penny, each depicting a stage of Lincoln's life, from his humble log cabin beginnings in Kentucky to his rise as the 16th President of the United States. But among these designs, the Denver Mint, marked with a D, produced a batch so unique, so pristine, that even seasoned collectors couldn't believe their eyes. Some of these 2009 D pennies contain rare die errors, subtle flaws made during minting, or struck on the wrong metal composition, leading to coins that defy the normal characteristics of their time. These rare variations, combined with the historical significance of the Lincoln Bicentennial, have ignited an absolute frenzy among collectors and investors alike. And here's the twist: these coins aren't sitting in museums or private collections only. Many of them are still out there, hidden in everyday circulation, tucked away in jars, drawers, or those old penny rolls you haven't opened in years. Yes, your next trip to the grocery store, your pocket change from the gas station, could be your moment of discovery. Think about that for a second. How many times have you brushed off a penny, tossed it aside, or ignored it because, well, it's just a cent? That tiny oversight could be the difference between pocket change and a $987,000 payday. Talk about irony: we spend our lives chasing wealth, yet sometimes, wealth is literally sitting in the palm of our hand. And now, I can almost hear you asking, what exactly makes these coins so valuable? Great question. The key lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and historical appeal. A flawless 2009 Lincoln penny in mint state condition, graded by top-tier certification companies like PCGS or NGC, can command extraordinary prices in private auctions. Add in even the slightest minting anomaly, and you're suddenly looking at a coin that collectors would battle fiercely to OWN.SO. What does all this mean for you? It means that the opportunity to change your financial story might already be within reach if you have the awareness and curiosity to look closer. The 2009 Lincoln 1-cent isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of overlooked potential. A reminder that wealth doesn't always come from luck. Sometimes, it comes from paying attention. Now imagine this: discovering a rare penny, sending it for grading, and receiving that life-changing call: your coin just sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not a dream, it's the reality for collectors who decided to act instead of waiting. And with demand for Lincoln Bicentennial coins soaring, the market for these treasures is hotter than ever. Every day you delay could be the day someone else cashes in on the opportunity you missed. So here's what you should do: take a look through your change. Dig out those old penny rolls. Revisit that dusty coin jar in your kitchen or your garage. The next 2009 Lincoln penny you touch could be the one. And when you find it, you won't just be holding a coin, you'll be holding a piece of American history, and possibly your own path to financial abundance. And hey, if you're thinking, come on, it's just a penny, let me ask you this: how many millionaires ignored their first opportunity because it looked too small to matter? Don't make that mistake, because remember, every great fortune begins with recognizing value where others see none. And today, that value might just be hiding in the smallest coin of all, the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent. So stay inspired, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of what's already in your hands. Because the next time you pick up a penny, it might just pick you. Imagine this: you're going through an old jar of pennies, the kind most of us keep tucked away in a kitchen drawer or basement box, and one coin suddenly catches your eye. A small copper coin from 1976, stamped with the letter D beneath Abraham Lincoln's portrait. You think it's just another penny until you discover it could be worth up to $978,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single cent. Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the truth, this 1976 D Lincoln penny has become one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatic history. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let me take you on a journey, one that will change the way you look at spare change forever. Because what looks like ordinary copper could secretly be your golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle, if you know what to look for. So, why is this 1-cent piece turning heads in the collector world? And how did a coin most people overlook become a millionaire maker? Stay with me, because the story behind it will surprise you, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tell if you have one in your collection. To understand the power of this coin, we need to go back to 1976, America's bicentennial year. A time of pride, celebration, and a deep sense of history. Millions of coins were minted, but among them, a few 1976 D Lincoln pennies were struck with unusual precision flaws and rare die variations, mistakes that turned them from everyday money into collectibles worth their weight in gold. Some of these pennies were struck on bronze planchets instead of the usual copper zinc alloy, giving them a distinctive tone and slightly heavier feel. Others showed doubling errors on Lincoln's date or the word liberty. And in the high-end collector market, these rare traits translate to staggering prices. Imagine a coin that cost 1 cent to make, now commanding nearly $1 million in private auctions in numismatic circles. It's not just a coin, it's a time capsule, a piece of American history fused with mystery and fortune. And here's the best part, there are still some out there, circulating silently, hiding in coin rolls, old wallets, and forgotten drawers. Every day that passes, someone could be holding one without realizing they possess a treasure. The question is, could that someone be you? Now, I can almost hear you thinking, come on, can a penny really be worth that much? Well, here's a fun twist, collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying stories, history, and rarity. The rarer the coin, the higher the price. And in 2025, the demand for vintage Lincoln pennies has exploded. Auction platforms report bidding wars that end in stunned silence as the hammer drops near 7 figures. Let that sink in. A penny once used to buy gum, now powerful enough to buy a home. Now that you know what makes the 1976 D penny so valuable, here's where things get exciting. Somewhere in America, right now, someone is about to stumble upon one of these rare gems, just like countless lucky collectors before them. One small discovery, one sharp eye, one moment of curiosity, and life changes forever. Think about that. While others see loose change, you could be seeing opportunity. While others spend without a thought, you could be holding history in your hand. But here's the catch, and it's an urgent one. These coins are being snapped up fast by collectors, investors, and museums. Once they're gone for good. Their scarcity only increases their worth, and the next record-breaking sale could happen any day. So, if you've ever dreamed of stepping into the world of rare coins, this is your moment. Take a look through your old jars, drawers, or inherited coin boxes. Examine every 1976 D penny carefully. Look for unique tones, minting errors, or odd texture differences. You might just uncover your own fortune. And before you go, let me leave you with this question. If a single penny could change your life, would you take the time to look for it? Because fortunes aren't always hidden in vaults or stock markets. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to recognize their worth. So, if you want to live that wealthy lifestyle, if you dream of financial freedom and legacy, start by checking what's already in your pocket. Who knows? The next millionaire might just be you. In our next episode, we'll uncover another coin that's quietly turning ordinary people into millionaires, one you've probably seen countless times but never thought twice about. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Imagine this, you're digging through an old jar of pennies, maybe one that's been sitting in your kitchen drawer for decades, and suddenly, you hold a coin that could change your life. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But what if I told you that one simple penny, yes, a 1982 D Lincoln penny, has been sold for nearly $977,000? That's almost $1 million for something most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up. And now, before you rush off to empty your change jar, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this coin is so rare, but also how you could identify one yourself. This is the kind of story that turns ordinary people into millionaires overnight, and you don't want to miss a single detail. Here's a quick question for you. When was the last time you actually looked closely at a penny? Be honest, we all overlook them. But after today, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again. The year was 1982, a pivotal year in U.S. coin history. It was the year the U.S. Mint switched the penny's composition from solid copper to copper-plated zinc, trying to save money as copper prices soared. But during that transition, something extraordinary happened. A small batch of pennies struck at the Denver Mint, marked with a D mint mark, were created using the wrong metal. These error coins, the 1982 D small date copper pennies, became instant legends among collectors. Why? Because they weren't supposed to exist. Every 1982 D penny was supposed to be zinc. Yet somehow, a few copper planchets slipped through and were struck before anyone noticed. It's like striking oil in your own backyard, but shinier, and now here's where it gets exciting. In 2016, one of these rare 1982 D pennies shocked the numismatic world when it sold for nearly $18,000. Fast forward a few years, and the market's hunger for these coins exploded. With wealthy collectors competing to own the rarest mistakes in U.S. minting history, the value of a verified 1982 D copper penny skyrocketed. Today, it's worth a jaw-dropping $977,000. Crazy, right? A coin that once bought a stick of gum now holds enough value to buy you a luxury home. Let's pause for a moment. Doesn't it make you wonder how many people had one of these and spent it without realizing it? Imagine paying for a coffee with $1 million penny. That's the kind of story that keeps coin collectors awake at night, but here's the real twist, and it's what makes this coin so exciting. The difference between a regular 1982 D penny worth 1 cent and the one worth nearly $1 million is so subtle that only a sharp eye can spot it. The clue lies in its weight and its date style. If you're serious about finding treasure, here's what you need to know. The 1982 D copper penny weighs 3.1 grams, while the zinc version weighs only 2.5 grams. You don't need fancy equipment, just a simple digital scale can make the difference between a penny and a payday. And the date? Look for the small date variety. The 2 in 1982 has a distinctive, sharp curve that sets it apart from the large date version. Combine that with the D mint mark and a copper weight, and you might just be holding one of the rarest coins in American history. Now, here's where things get really thrilling. Demand for these coins has reached record highs. Collectors, investors, and even luxury auction houses are racing to get their hands on them. We're talking about a coin so desirable that it's now seen as a status symbol among elite collectors. And the market is still climbing, meaning the next record-breaking sale could happen any moment. But, and here's the urgency, these coins are disappearing into private collections fast. Once they're gone, they're gone. That's why now is the time to check your coins, visit local coin shops, and get professional grading if you suspect you have one. Picture this: you're sitting at your dining table, the same table you've sat at for years, and in front of you is a single penny that could rewrite your financial story. You take a deep breath as the appraiser confirms it. You've just found a 1982 D copper penny worth nearly $1 million. That feeling, the rush of realizing you've been holding wealth in your hand this whole time, is indescribable. And it's not a fantasy. It's happening to real people who pay attention, who stay curious, who look closer. So, before you go about your day, make a promise to yourself: don't underestimate the small things. Great wealth often hides in plain sight, and sometimes, it's as small as a penny. Stay inspired, stay curious, and who knows, the next time you hear that clink of change in your pocket, it might just be the sound of your first million. Have you ever wondered if the change sitting quietly in your pocket could actually change your life? Imagine this: one ordinary-looking penny, a simple 1968 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, suddenly turning into a life-altering treasure worth a jaw-dropping $983,000. Sounds impossible? Well, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see how this humble coin became one of the most sought-after treasures in the American coin world. And now, before you rush to check your coin jar, let's take a step back and uncover the mystery behind this millionaire penny. The year was 1968. America was in transformation. The economy was booming, the space race was heating up, and hidden within those copper coins, a few rare specimens slipped into circulation, quietly holding the power to make future collectors wealthy beyond imagination. But here's the twist: most people spend these coins every single day without knowing what they're letting go of. And that's where the story of the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny becomes fascinating. This isn't just about a coin, it's about a rare error that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. And right now, the demand for this penny is skyrocketing among collectors, investors, and even auction houses desperate to get their hands on one. So, what makes this 1968 no mint mark penny so special and so incredibly valuable? It's all about the missing mark. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, but what makes certain 1968 no mint mark coins stand out is their striking perfection combined with rare die errors. Some display doubling on the date, Lincoln's portrait, or the word Liberty, making them exceptionally rare and prized. Collectors often describe these coins as time capsules of precision gone beautifully wrong. And when that happens, when history, rarity, and human error collide, you get something that no mint can replicate again. That's why top grading agencies like PCGS and NGC have recorded sales pushing close to the $1 million mark for pristine specimens of this coin. And now think about that, a penny, something you could find wedged between your car seats, being worth more than a luxury home. Exciting, isn't it? But here's where it gets thrilling. Every month, new discoveries are being made. People just like you ordinary folks are cashing in on rare coins they've had for decades, sometimes tucked away in jars or passed down from family. And here's a quick humorous thought. Next time someone says, "A penny for your thoughts," maybe tell them, only if it's from 1968. The world of coin collecting isn't just for historians or numismatists anymore, it's now a serious wealth-building opportunity. Auctions are heating up, online marketplaces are seeing bidding wars, and that old roll of pennies you've ignored could literally be your ticket to financial freedom. Now, let's get real for a moment. Coins like the 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny aren't just historical relics, they're assets. Tangible, powerful assets that are increasing in demand every single year. And when demand meets scarcity, that's when fortunes are made. But here's the catch, you have to act before the market peaks. The buzz around rare US coins is growing fast, and collectors worldwide are hunting for the next $1 million piece. The 1968 no-mint Mark penny, especially in mint or uncirculated condition, is already on the radar of elite collectors. The time to check your collection, your drawers, and your piggy banks is now, because here's the truth, in the world of collectibles, timing isn't everything, it's the only thing. Just imagine, the day you finally find that perfect penny, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember that small voice that said, "Maybe it's time to look." And when you hold that coin, realizing it's worth nearly $1 million, you'll know it wasn't luck, it was destiny meeting preparation. So as we wrap up, ask yourself, what if the next $1 million coin is already in your possession? Don't wait until it's too late. Dive into your collection, get your coins appraised, and stay curious, because treasures are always hiding in plain sight. And if this video inspired you, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week we uncover more stories of ordinary coins that could make you extraordinary wealth. After all, the next millionaire might just be you, and it might start with a single 1968 Lincoln penny. Imagine this, you're holding what seems to be just an ordinary penny, something you might have dropped under the couch or handed over for change at a gas station. But what if I told you that this tiny, copper-colored coin from 1991, with no mint mark, could be worth up to $967,000? Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a single penny. Sounds unbelievable? Well, hold on tight, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why collectors are hunting down this coin with unshakable determination, and how you could be the next person to cash in. The truth is, not every fortune is found in gold or real estate. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, jingling in your pocket, buried in an old jar, or resting quietly in a forgotten drawer. The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent is one of those rare gems, a coin that has shocked collectors and investors across the nation. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Because if you've been ignoring them, you might have been ignoring your ticket to financial freedom. But don't worry, in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal why this penny is so special, what sets it apart from millions of others, and how its hidden flaws turned it into a collector's obsession worth nearly $1 million. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny such a powerful piece of American numismatic history. Normally, coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, that's true. But what makes this specific coin extraordinary isn't just the absence of a mint mark, it's what lies beneath the surface, the flawless striking, the minting error that was never meant to exist, and the near-perfect preservation found in a handful of examples. You see, during the early 90s, the US Mint was transitioning its production systems, and a rare few coins escaped with striking errors and metal inconsistencies. These errors were so subtle that most people never noticed them. But collectors did. And once word got out, the market for 1991 no-mint Mark pennies exploded. Here's where it gets thrilling. One of these pennies, verified by top grading authorities, sold for $967,000 in a private auction. That's right. A coin you could have found in your pocket change once upon a time, sold for nearly $1 million. Imagine the heart-stopping moment the seller realized what they had been holding on to. Goosebumps, right? Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I know if I have one? Great question. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll tell you exactly what to look for. But before that, let's pause for a second. If you're still skeptical, remember this: every great collector's story starts with disbelief. And every wealthy collector started with just one lucky find. Speaking of luck, have you ever felt like your wallet's too light? Maybe it's missing a $967,000 penny? Well, maybe it's time to check. Now here's where things get exciting: identifying your potential fortune. The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth serious money typically shows a crisp strike, flawless edges, and that unmistakable reddish-gold luster of high-grade copper-plated zinc. If yours still looks brand new, it might be time to handle it like treasure, not change. But here's the thing: rarity isn't just about condition, it's about demand. Right now, the demand for rare error pennies is at an all-time high. Collectors, investors, and even international buyers are competing to acquire unique U.S. coins that represent the rarest pieces of modern minting history. And the 1991 no-mint Mark penny? It's at the top of that list. This isn't just about coins, it's about legacy. Each of these rare finds tells a story about human precision, history, and the beauty of imperfection. The value of this coin continues to rise not just because of scarcity, but because people are realizing that real wealth sometimes hides in the smallest places. Now imagine the moment you discover that you've been holding onto this rare coin all along. That wave of realization, that rush of excitement, knowing that something so small could change your life so dramatically. That's what keeps collectors awake at night, searching, hoping, and believing that the next discovery could be theirs. And here's your cliffhanger: did you know that there's another 1991 penny variety that might be even more valuable? In my next video, I'll reveal the details behind that one, the penny most experts didn't even know existed until recently. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.so. Before you go, take a moment. Empty that coin jar. Look closely. That 1 cent could be worth a luxury home, a dream car, or the start of your millionaire lifestyle. Because wealth doesn't always begin with a business plan, sometimes it begins with a simple penny. If this story inspired you, don't just watch and forget, act. Go check your coins, share this video with a friend who might be sitting on hidden treasure, and subscribe for more insider coin secrets that could change your financial future. The world of rare coins is exploding with opportunity right now, and the next big discovery could literally be in your hands. Remember, opportunity doesn't knock, it jingles, because sometimes the difference between 1 cent and $1 million is just a matter of knowing what to look for. Imagine this for a moment: what if that dusty old penny sitting in your kitchen drawer could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. One simple 1977 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, a coin most people would ignore or toss into a change jar, has recently shaken the numismatic world, selling for an unbelievable $964,000. Welcome to a story of luck, rarity, and hidden fortune buried right in plain sight. You're about to uncover how one small copper coin, minted nearly half a century ago, could be your ticket to a life of luxury, financial freedom, and wealth most people only dream about. So stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could quite literally change your life. Now, before we go deeper, let me ask, how many times have you looked at a penny and thought, it's just 1 cent? What if I told you that kind of thinking could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars? Because the truth is, some pennies are not just change, they're chances. Let's peel back the story of this extraordinary 1977 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks ordinary: Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. No silver shine, no gold plating, no obvious error. But here's the secret: it's missing a mint mark. That tiny missing letter below the date is what separates a common coin from a record-breaking treasure. While most 1977 pennies were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, the rare 1977 no-mint mark penny was produced in such limited numbers that collectors across America have been hunting for it like buried treasure. And here's where the excitement skyrockets: this penny is now fetching jaw-dropping offers at auctions, with one verified specimen valued at $964,000 and climbing. Why? Because it's not just rare, it's a flawless survivor of history. Its luster, its strike, its absence of a mint mark, all in near-perfect condition, make it a centerpiece of coin collecting royalty. Now, let's pause for a second. Think about this: how many times have you handled pennies from the 70s? Maybe during a garage sale, a gas station stop, or while cleaning out old jars? What if, right now, tucked away in a forgotten coin roll in your home, lies a fortune that could rewrite your financial story? Exciting? Absolutely. Terrifying to miss out on? Even more so, And let's face it, the market for rare coins has never been hotter. Wealthy investors, collectors, and even high-end auction houses are battling fiercely to secure these elusive pieces of American history. Each year, demand surges as supply tightens. And that means one thing: if you have one, you hold power. Real, tangible, millionaire-making power. Here's where the story takes a thrilling turn. Imagine you're sitting across from an appraiser. You hand them your 1977 penny, and they look up with widened eyes, almost in disbelief. Their voice shakes slightly as they say, "You might want to sit down for this." That's the moment it hits you: your ordinary coin is extraordinary, but don't just dream, act. Because every day, coins like these vanish into circulation or end up sold for a fraction of their worth simply because their owners didn't know what they had. Knowledge is wealth, and those who act on it first are the ones who rise above the rest. So, here's the real question: have you checked your pennies lately? Have you taken that one small step that could lead to a lifetime of abundance? Because, let's be honest, opportunities like this don't knock twice. And before you go, here's your cliffhanger: there's another penny from the same era that's now rumored to be crossing the $1 million mark, and very few people even know it exists. But that story is for the next video. So, stay tuned. Subscribe. Because your next coin could be your key to financial freedom, luxury, and legacy. Don't let it slip through your fingers like spare change. This is not just about coins. This is about possibility, discovery, and destiny. And sometimes, destiny comes wrapped in copper. The 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of unseen value, hidden wealth, and untapped potential waiting in the hands of ordinary people just like you. The question is, will you recognize it when it's in yours? Your story of wealth and discovery begins with curiosity. So, go check your change. Look through your coin rolls. You might be holding more than history, you might be holding your $1 million moment, because in the world of rare coins, every penny counts. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary, so simple, that it's been passed over by millions of hands without a second glance. Now imagine that same coin, just one penny, being worth close to $1 million today. Yes, you heard that right. The 1960 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a small piece of copper that could turn your pocket change into a life-changing fortune of $967,000. Welcome to the incredible world of rare coins, where the smallest details can lead to massive wealth. Now, before you dismiss this as just another lucky find, let me assure you, this is real, this is happening, and it's happening to people just like you. But the question is, could it happen to you? You see, the 1960 penny carries one of the most fascinating stories in U.S. coinage history. A story of mistakes, mystery, and millions. And by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this tiny coin is worth a fortune, but you'll also know exactly what signs to look for in your own collection. So stay with me, because what you're about to hear could quite literally change your financial destiny. Let's step back to the year 1960. America was booming. The space race had begun, Kennedy was about to take the White House, and millions of Lincoln cents rolled off the Denver mint presses. It was business as usual, until collectors noticed something strange. Some of the coins had two different date sizes, what experts now call the 1960 small date and 1960 large date varieties. A simple variation? Maybe. But the real shock came when it was discovered that a double die error had occurred on a limited batch of these pennies. The result? A handful of coins showing two clear impressions of the date and mint mark, an accident so rare that it created instant legends among coin collectors. Now here's the exciting part: this error wasn't supposed to exist. The mint's machines were precise, the process is tight, and yet, this anomaly slipped through. That single mistake turned a 1-cent coin into a six-figure masterpiece, and this isn't just about history. Today, the market for 1960 Lincoln pennies is on fire. Collectors and investors alike are hunting these coins down, bidding them up, and locking them away in vaults. The current market value stands proudly at $967,000, but many experts believe it could soar even higher as demand for rare, error-free, and unique pieces continues to skyrocket. Here's something to think about: what if, tucked inside a jar, a drawer, or a box of old family change, you have one of these ultra-rare 1960 pennies? Now, before you rush to check your change, let's talk about what sets this coin apart. Look closely. Does the D mint mark seem slightly doubled? Does the 6 or 0 and the date appear layered or blurry? If so, you may have something extraordinary on your hands. And yes, that could mean life-changing money, but here's the real kicker: most people who own these coins don't even realize it. They're sitting in dusty coin albums, forgotten piggy banks, or tucked away in estates passed down through generations. That's why this moment, right now, matters. Because the window to cash in at the peak of market demand is open, but it won't stay open forever. The rare coin market is heating up. Wealthy collectors are actively buying, auctions are setting record prices, and once these coins disappear into private collections, they may not resurface for decades. If you've ever dreamed of selling something old for a fortune, this is your wake-up call. And here's the ironic twist: people often say, it's just a penny. But tell that to the lucky owner who recently sold their 1960D variety for nearly $1 million. That's not just a penny, that's financial freedom in copper form. So, here's your moment of truth. After this video ends, go check your coins. Look through your old jars, your inherited boxes, your forgotten drawers. Because the next great discovery might not come from a millionaire's vault, it might come from your kitchen counter. In a world where wealth often feels out of reach, remember this: sometimes it's hiding in plain sight. The 1960D Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of what's possible when you look closer, when you value the overlooked, and when you seize the opportunity others ignore. So, are you ready to uncover your hidden fortune? If you're passionate about rare coins, if you believe your old collection might hold something extraordinary, or if you simply want to learn how everyday Americans are turning pocket change into wealth, this channel is your new home. Subscribe now, because next week, we're revealing another US coin that's quietly changing lives, and trust me, you'll want to see this one. Imagine holding in your hand a single penny, a simple, copper-colored coin that most people wouldn't think twice about spending on a piece of gum. But what if I told you that one of those tiny 1-cent coins, specifically a 1984D Lincoln penny, could be worth up to $988,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million, from a penny that might be sitting unnoticed in your old change jar, a coin collection, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. Welcome to another extraordinary story from the world of rare coins, a world where history, artistry, and financial opportunity collide. This isn't just about a piece of metal. It's about the chance to unlock hidden wealth that could change your life forever. Because right now, collectors and investors across America are hunting for this very coin, the 1984D Lincoln penny, and the demand has never been higher. Before we dive in, let's play a little game. When was the last time you checked the dates on your pennies? Most people don't. But by the end of this video, you'll realize that ignoring your loose change might just be the most expensive mistake you've ever made. Now, let's rewind for a moment to 1984. Ronald Reagan was president, the economy was booming, and the Denver Mint was striking millions of Lincoln pennies for everyday circulation. Most of these coins were ordinary, just simple copper-plated zinc cents. But a few, very few, came out with something extraordinary. You see, what makes the 1984D Lincoln penny so special isn't just its age, it's the minting anomalies that slipped past inspection. Certain rare error versions display features that make collectors' hearts race: doubled images, misaligned strikes, and even subtle design irregularities that make them one of a kind. These mistakes transformed ordinary coins into treasures, and here's where the story gets exciting, because one verified 1984D Lincoln penny in pristine condition recently fetched close to $988,000 in a private collector's auction. Think about that. A coin once used to buy candy in the 80s now has the power to buy a luxury home, a new car, and still leave money in your pocket. That's the magic of numismatics, where passion meets profit. But here's the twist, and this might surprise you. Many of these high-value coins are still out there, circulating quietly among everyday change. They're in jars, wallets, and estate collections, waiting for someone with a sharp eye and a bit of curiosity to discover them. Could that person be you? And here's a funny thought: somewhere out there, someone might have just dropped $1 million penny into a vending machine. The idea sounds absurd, but it happens more often than you'd think. It's a reminder that opportunity often hides in plain sight, you just need to know where to look. And now, let's be honest, not every 1984D penny is worth a fortune. But here's what's important: the potential is real, and it's massive. The coin market right now is surging with energy. Collectors are paying record-breaking prices, and the 1984D Lincoln cent is one of the hottest pieces in demand. Every day you wait, values shift, and coins in exceptional condition are becoming harder to find. To think about it, you could be sitting on a coin worth hundreds of thousands, and not even realize it. Fear of missing out? It's justified. Because the truth is, rare coins like this don't just hold value, they appreciate with time, especially as more people awaken to their significance. Here's where you can take action. Start by checking your pennies. Look for a 1984 date with a D mint mark just below Lincoln's portrait. Examine the lettering, the details of Lincoln's face, the sharpness of the strike. If it looks unusual or perfectly preserved, you might have something truly special. And if you're unsure, consult a professional appraiser or send it to a grading service, because that simple step could be your golden ticket. Remember, the world's wealthiest coin collectors weren't born experts, they simply paid attention. They looked closer when others overlooked. And today, they're reaping the rewards of that curiosity. So let me ask you, what would you do if you found a 1984 D penny worth nearly $1 million? Would you sell it? Keep it? Invest it? Because those are the kinds of questions millionaires ask. And here's your cliffhanger. In the next video, I'll reveal another coin that looks just as ordinary, but one that recently sold for over $1.2 million at auction. You won't believe what made it so valuable. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because your next penny might just be the start of your millionaire story. The 1984 D Lincoln penny proves one powerful truth: wealth doesn't always come from what's new. Sometimes, it's hidden in what's old, overlooked, and forgotten. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is simply knowing what to look for. So keep your eyes open, your pennies close, and your ambition alive. Because your journey to fortune might just start with a single cent. Have you ever held a single penny and wondered, could this tiny coin actually make you a millionaire? It sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that one ordinary-looking 1988 D Lincoln cent, a coin you might have ignored for years, recently shocked collectors with a staggering market value of $987,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for one humble penny that once jingled in someone's pocket. Before you dismiss it as just another coin story, stop for a second. Because this one could change your life. Somewhere in your home, maybe tucked inside an old drawer, or sitting forgotten in a coin jar, could be a 1988 D penny worth more than most people's retirement savings. And now, let's uncover why this coin is commanding life-changing money and how you can identify if you're holding the next millionaire-making cent. But stay with me till the end, because the twist behind this coin's value will leave you speechless. The 1988 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, during a time when billions of pennies were produced every year. Most were copper-plated zinc, lightweight, common, and seemingly worthless beyond face value. But among those billions, something extraordinary happened. A rare die variety slipped through production, a minting error so subtle that only the sharpest collectors spotted it years later. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a masterpiece of rarity. A handful of 1988 D pennies featured a transitional reverse design, meant for the following year's issue. That means the wrong design was accidentally struck, making it an unintentional, one-of-a-kind error. Think of it as the DNA glitch of coin minting, a beautiful imperfection that transformed an everyday penny into a six-figure treasure. Now here's where it gets thrilling. Collectors began noticing slight differences under magnification: the shape of the lettering, the position of Lincoln memorial details, and the designer's initials that didn't belong to 1988. Suddenly, what seemed ordinary turned into a historic anomaly. Auctions erupted. Bidding wars began. And before long, that tiny copper piece fetched nearly $1 million, changing one collector's life forever. Imagine that, turning 1 cent into almost $1 million. That's not luck. That's knowledge meeting opportunity. But let's pause for a second. When was the last time you checked the dates on your pennies? Or flipped them over to inspect their mint marks? It's easy to overlook what's right under our noses. Kind of like realizing your junk drawer could actually be your treasure chest. Cue a light chuckle. Yeah, suddenly cleaning the kitchen drawer doesn't sound so bad anymore, does it? So, why does this matter today? Because the demand for rare coins has exploded. Collectors are pouring record-breaking amounts of money into rare US cents, especially those with minting anomalies like the 1988 D. And while the market value now stands at $987,000, experts predict the next discovery could push values even higher. The more time passes, the rarer these coins become, and the more collectors crave them. Think of it like this: every second you wait to check your coins, someone else could be finding theirs. And that's not just a missed opportunity, that's a missed fortune. Now, here's the twist I promised. There are still unverified 1988 D transitional reverse pennies out there, ungraded, unclaimed, and hiding in plain sight. You might already own one and not even know it. But the only way to find out is to look, because the truth is, the difference between a penny and a payday is simply knowledge and action. And while others hesitate, those who take the time to search, to verify, to send their coins for grading, they're the ones living the lifestyle most people only dream about. So go ahead, after this video, grab that jar of change, that old coin folder, that forgotten box in the attic. Because inside it, you might find not just a coin, but your gateway to financial freedom. And before you go, let me leave you with one question: what if your $1,000,000 moment is sitting right in front of you, waiting to be discovered? This isn't just about coins. It's about realizing that hidden wealth often lies where we least expect it. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, even the smallest coin can create the largest fortune. Not if you enjoyed uncovering this incredible story of the 1988 D Lincoln cent, make sure to subscribe, because we're just getting started. Every week, we explore rare coins that could be worth life-changing money. Your next big discovery might be just one penny away. Have you ever glanced at an ordinary penny and wondered if it could secretly be worth a fortune? Imagine holding a 1-cent coin in your palm, dull, small, and seemingly worthless, yet unknowingly clutching a piece of history valued at nearly $1 million. Today, we're diving deep into the extraordinary story of the 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a rare coin that's making collectors' hearts race and investors compete fiercely. You might even have one lying in your home right now, tucked away in an old drawer, forgotten in a piggy bank, or resting quietly in a coin jar. And if you do, the tiny copper coin could change your life forever. Before you dismiss it as just another penny, consider this: one of these 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln cents recently shocked the numismatic world, selling for an astonishing $986,000. The question is, what makes this unassuming coin so incredibly valuable? Why are collectors, wealthy investors, and even treasure hunters desperately searching for it? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this millionaire-making penny and where you might still find one today. And hey, if you're thinking, it's just a penny, how valuable can it be? Remember, in the world of rare coins, underestimating a coin is the first mistake millionaires never make. The year 2000 marked the dawn of a new millennium. The US Mint was in full swing, producing billions of Lincoln cents for circulation. But among those countless coins, a tiny number slipped through the cracks: coins with no mint mark, a mysterious and unintentional error that made them one of the most sought-after rarities in recent history. Most pennies from 2000 were minted either in Denver, marked D, or in Philadelphia, which traditionally uses no mint mark, but not with this striking variation. What makes the 2000 no mint Mark Lincoln penny so special is not just the absence of a letter, it's the striking quality, the die error, and the perfect condition some of these coins exhibit. These few coins escaped the regular minting process with a sharp, crisp design and flawless luster, and collectors have placed staggering valuations on pristine examples. Think about it: a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket could now finance an entire luxury lifestyle. From a waterfront home to a vintage car collection, that's the kind of transformation stories like this make possible. And that's exactly what keeps collectors hooked: the idea that hidden wealth can appear where you least expect it. But here's where things get even more fascinating: the number of verified 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies in top condition is shockingly low. Each year, the competition among collectors intensifies, with private sales, bidding wars, and secretive deals pushing prices sky high. In fact, one anonymous buyer paid nearly $1 million for a single coin, believing its rarity would only increase with time. And before you say, "I'd never find one like that," let me stop you, because you might be sitting on one right now without realizing it. Don't believe me? Let's find out what to look for. Take out your penny collection, yes, even that jar you've been meaning to cash in, and start checking your 2000 Lincoln cents. Look for no visible mint mark beneath the date, a perfectly detailed strike, and minimal wear. Even coins that show light circulation could still fetch thousands of dollars if authenticated and graded correctly. Collectors are on high alert right now, and the demand has never been stronger. Every month, new record sales surface as investors recognize that these coins are finite treasures, tangible assets that grow in value while traditional markets fluctuate. The 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has become a symbol of hidden opportunity, a reminder that even the smallest things in life can carry enormous potential. And here's the best part: while most people walk past their pennies without a second glance, you now have the knowledge that could set you apart. You're no longer a casual observer, you're a potential discoverer of one of the rarest modern coins in existence. Who would have thought that the key to luxury living might be hiding under your couch cushions? But time is critical. As awareness spreads, more people are combing through their coins, hoping to strike gold, or in this case, copper. The clock is ticking, and the window to uncover these treasures before they disappear into private collections forever is closing fast. So here's your moment, your chance to step into the world of those who see value where others see none. The 2000 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a story of discovery, patience, and reward. It's proof that wealth often hides in plain sight, waiting for those who dare to look closer. So tonight, go through those old jars, those dusty drawers, and those forgotten collections. Because the next time you hold a penny, it might not just be worth 1 cent, it might be worth $986,000. And remember, fortunes favor the curious. If you found this video inspiring, make sure to subscribe, because next time, we're uncovering another coin that could make you the next rare coin millionaire. Stay sharp, stay curious, and may your next penny be the one that changes everything. 1 penny. Endless possibility. Imagine this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sipping your morning coffee, and you open that old jar of pennies that's been collecting dust for decades. You pick one up, a 1971 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, and in that moment, you have no idea that you could be holding a fortune. But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth up to $967,000 in today's collector market? Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million, sitting quietly in your change drawer all these years. Now before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, how can that be true? Stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal how a simple 1971 no-mint mark penny has shocked the coin collecting world, how a rare minting error turned this common coin into a millionaire maker, and most importantly, how you can find out if you have one of these treasures in your possession. But fair warning, once you see what makes this coin special, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. The story of the 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny begins like many great discoveries. Hidden in plain sight. Minted in Philadelphia, these coins were part of the everyday flow of American currency, designed to honor President Abraham Lincoln. Millions were struck that year, each one nearly identical to the next. But deep within the presses of the U.S. Mint, something extraordinary happened. A few coins were struck with an unusual die variation, an almost invisible error that created one of the rarest pennies in modern history. Collectors soon began to whisper about it, a 1971 penny with sharper details, a crisper strike, and no mint mark to identify its origin. Most people ignored it. But a few dedicated coin hunters looked closer, and what they found turned the world of numismatics upside down. One pristine example, certified and graded at the highest level, stunned auction houses when it sold for a staggering $967,000. And here's the wild part, that coin started as ordinary change. Someone, somewhere, spent it on a soda, a newspaper, or maybe a morning donut, never realizing they had let go of a near $1 million treasure. So ask yourself this, how many times have you handled a coin without looking twice? How many fortunes have slipped through your fingers unnoticed? It's a bit terrifying, isn't it? The idea that you could have owned something life-changing and never even known it. But here's the exciting part, that story doesn't have to end there. Because thousands of these coins are still out there, waiting to be found. Today, coin collectors, investors, and even everyday Americans are scouring through jars, drawers, and wallets, hoping to uncover their own 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. The demand is at an all-time high. Major auction houses and private buyers are competing fiercely, driving the prices higher with every passing year. The 1971 no-mint mark penny isn't just a collector's dream, it's a symbol of hidden wealth, a reminder that sometimes fortune hides in the most unexpected places. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you have a 1971 penny, hold it under bright light. Look closely at the edges, the lettering, and especially Lincoln's face. Any signs of double die or crisp detail could mean you're holding something truly special. Don't rush to spend it, don't toss it into a coin jar, because that tiny copper coin could open the door to a new chapter in your financial life. And if you're thinking, I'll check later, stop right there. Because every day, more people discover these treasures, and every discovery raises the value of the remaining ones. This is your moment, your chance to join the growing list of everyday Americans turning old change into new wealth. Think about it, what if you could sell 1 penny and live debt-free, travel the world, or build generational wealth for your family? That's not a fantasy. It's happening right now for those who take action. So after this video, go check your coins. Look through your old jars, your parents' collections, even that forgotten coffee can in the attic. You might just find a 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth up to $967,000, and when you do, your story will become the next one that coin enthusiasts talk about for years to come. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune doesn't favor the lucky, it favors the observant. But before you rush off to check your change, let me leave you with this. If the 1971 penny can be worth nearly $1 million, what about the 1970s or the 1969 double die? Those coins have secrets of their own, and in my next video, I'll reveal the one that even seasoned collectors missed. Until now. So stay tuned, subscribe, and remember, sometimes the road to wealth starts not in Wall Street, but in your very own wallet, because who knows, the next coin you pick up could change your life forever.